Hello, 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 and welcome to the final game in what has been a Bundesliga trilogy for you today. We began the day with Dortmund v Frankfurt, with Frankfurt picking up a crucial 2-1 victory in their fight for the top four, and that was followed by Bayern Munich being relentless as ever and winning the league in there. Just like Bayern and their relentlessness, the content has been relentless, because we're back with a third watch-along of the day, and it's Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Freiburg. And of course, it's KL, because we've had Rowan earlier watching his beloved Dortmund. KD didn't get to watch his beloved Mainz on stream, but Mainz picked up a draw earlier, so a bit stinky anyway. But he came back for the Leipzig versus Bayern Munich game that has just been. And now, for the final game of the day, it is Gladbach v Freiburg. Two teams that are separated by a single point. And because of that game running on a little bit, we have already kicked off in this game. But we will get through the teams before we begin. And I'll just have a look at the home team today. It's Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's Jan Sommer in goal. And it is a back four of the leaving at the end of the season Oscar Wendt. Everyone's talking about Aguero and his swan song with Man City. Let's talk about Oscar Wendt's swan song. And then a back two of Louis. I thought he was called Louis Bayer. Turns out they're calling him by his middle name, Jordan Bayer. So Louis Jordan Bayer and Matthias Ginter at centre-back. Of course, Nico Elvedi was on Swiss duty, so he does not make the bench tonight. It is Stefan Leiner at right-back. Midfield three of Neuhaus, Kramer and Stindl. And a front three of Hannes Wolf, Marcus Thuram, Alassane Pléa. A notable omission is Jonas Hoffmann. Unfortunately, he did contract COVID-19 whilst he was on Germany duty over a game of backgammon, I think I heard. So yeah, unfortunately, because of these backgammon antics, he's not in the team tonight. And the subs bench looks like this. It's Lang, Herman, Zakaria, Traore, Lazaro, the goalkeeper Sippel, Tony Janske, and Briel, Donald and Bolo. That is the home team. And I'm hoping for no goals early on here as I go through the teams, as Pléa took a shot from range. Doesn't really trouble, but Stindl has won the ball back and takes shot, and it's parried away very unconvincingly by the Freiburg goalkeeper. Who is the goalkeeper? Let's find out. It is Florian Muller who starts in net for Freiburg tonight. It is a back four of Christian Gunther, Manuel Gould, Philipp Lienhardt and Kevin Schlotterbeck. And they have decided to go with a midfield four. Jonathan Schmid on the left. Yannick Keitel in the midfield. He is partnered by Baptiste Santamaria. Roland Salai is on the right. And it's in front two of Lucas Holler and Ermedin Demirovic. And the bench looks like this. It's Uphoff, Till, Kubler, Peterson, Haberer, Heinz, Kwon Chang-hoon, Templeman and Burkhardt. That is the bench for today's game. A very difficult bench to pronounce, but we are about 2.5 minutes in as Pléa comes on the right and he whips a lovely ball, and it's a good save by Florian Muller at his near post. As we have messages in the chat, and I know one of them involves ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it, I will take something from McDonald's. If you want to ask me in the chat what my order is, I can tell you if that's okay. But yes, please. Hi Chris, hope you're well as well. And Kyle is in the building. Kyle, put your predictions in, come on. Give me something to tell you about later. As he puts, how are you? I am doing absolutely brilliant. Look, my team played yesterday, Hull City. We picked up a 91st minute winner. There's not much better than that. It's getting to that kind of nitty gritty point of the season where everything's a little bit nervous. So happy to pick up the win. And for Gladbach and Freiburg, it's very similar. They are a point apart in the league table, but with Dortmund dropping points today and with Frankfurt and Wolfsburg kind of looking like they're going to solidify them top four spots, the battle for Europa and the battle for the European Conference League or whatever it's being called is really heating up in the Bundesliga at the moment. And of course we've just seen Bayern Munich basically solidify the title, and that's a bit of a shame, but it's alright. I think we'll be we all kind of knew that was going to be coming, as I've been informed to message KD for the Mackey's order, which I will do in a couple of minutes time, just as I keep in contact with the action to my right. And Chris has put, he's well for once. Carlisle finally decided to win a game this week. If I'm not wrong, Carlisle have won back-to-back weeks. I think I saw in, was it Rowan's chat earlier or KD's chat, where you put like back-to-back 2-0 wins for Carlisle, which, to be honest, with the way your season was going, it's a quite decent turnaround. Quite decent turnaround. As we're 5 minutes in, to be fair, there was a few early chances for Gladbach, who broke a really bad run of form with a victory over Schalke last time out. Schalke today, very unfortunate to lose to Leverkusen. I watched that game. Huntelaar tried his best, did get 2 goals, one sadly chalked off, so it ended 2-1 to Leverkusen, and they took all 3 points as they try and sneak into the European spots this year as well. It's really wide open from the top 4 down in German's top division. As I look to the chat, and I've already seen that Carl's put Gladbach to win 2-0, which both worries me and also gives me a little bit of optimism. I'm kind of in the middle today. I'm like, oh, I hope it does happen, but track record. And Carl's put, why is it every time Kieran L is in the street, the guys do a takeout and always make me hungry, even though I've already eaten? Honest to God, I wish I was part of the plan. Like, I was literally not informed of a possible Mackey's order before this came a thing. I wasn't involved in the Four Seasons order when we ordered from there before. I just come on to stream, reasonably peckish. And by the time I leave, I've either been supplied the food or my food is on the way. So it's quite a decent position to be in. But, Kyle, hopefully one day you can get something with us and order alongside us, whatever that may be. As Chris has put, back-to-back wins. 3 points behind the playoff places. Back in the mix. Funny what back-to-back wins do. I think that's every league, to be honest, especially in the EFL. Like, it's amazing what a run of form can do. I mean, look at Sunderland. They were having a torrid start to the season before they got Lee Johnson in. And then suddenly, since they got Lee Johnson in, they can't stop winning and they're probably going to win the bloody league. But we're all still up there for now, and it's going to be a difficult couple of weeks to try and see who's going to make the playoffs, who's going to just miss out. But I don't know, maybe I'm trying to keep my heart in check. I'm trying to not get too overexcited about the hopes of being in the top 2, because it's basically a 3-horse race really in League One. But we'll have to see how teams pick up the pace as the season. Big games on Monday. Who do Carlisle play Monday, Chris? Because I know in our league, Sunderland v Peterborough is a massive game, and a point apiece would do me very nicely, because we can just kind of keep them level. Or shove Peterborough out. Screw it. Let Sunderland win and shove Peterborough out of the way. I'm not so fussed. As I'm about to message the Mackey's order into, here we go. Let's punch it in, as there's been 7 minutes in this game. Oh, I think I'll take a big tasty with bacon meal, please. No tomatoes. And do I get a share box? It's a tough one, lads. I'm considering the share box. If I'm being, go on, we'll have a cheese melt share box this time. We'll have a cheese melt share box. Thank you, brother. There we go. First time I've ordered... Well, it's not the first time I've ordered food on stream, is it, lads? It happens every other time I'm on stream for some bizarre reason. But the Mackey's order's in. So hopefully that arrives mid-stream so I can eat some cheese dippers with everyone. The burger... I don't know what I'm going to do, because it's not very attractive to eat a burger. I feel like the cheese sticks I can kind of do, but the burger might be taking things a little bit too far in that instance. As Marcus Thuram's closing down Gunter there, and I think it would have been a foul had the ref picked it up. But as Chris puts, he's not getting carried away. Best thing to do, lad. With us back on training ground, please no joking about serious faces. Keep it going. As we at home to Scunthorpe on Tuesday. So it's a relatively... Is there any massive games coming up for Carlisle? Because I know, to end the season, for example, I think we're looking in the French league, and Monaco have to take on Lyon, and that's a big game at the top. By the way, if you guys don't know about the French league at the moment, things are hotting up. Lille picking up a win against PSG earlier today. Another game that I did end up watching was PSG v Lille, and Jonathan David's deflected strike gave Lille all 30 points, and that league is looking tasty, with Monaco sneaking in to this race, going under the radar. They picked up a 4-0 win earlier in the day, so things are hotting up in France, which... To be fair, people call it, a farmers' league, one-team league. Not this season. It's getting very, very tasty. As I'd like to say this game's got very tasty, but with 10 minutes gone, I can't say that. I think, to be honest, it's been a cagey opening. I think Gladbach had the better of the opportunities early on. Right on the front foot from minute 1. They've kind of gone off the throttle a little bit. and allowed Freiburg to get their foot on the ball and grow into the game. But with 10 minutes to go, there's no real pattern to this one so far. As two teams that, I think we were talking earlier, me and Josh, about Freiburg. And Freiburg have this knack of getting results. And they've broke through the back line and it's crossed into the box. It's in! It's 1-0 to Freiburg and there's claims for offside. And I don't think it's going to be given. And it's Salai, not Adam Shalai, the one that plays for Mainz, who's absolutely rubbish. It's Salai for Freiburg. And it was so easy to break down the defence of Gladbach. And their one-game winning streak looks like it's polar. It looks like it's going to be already eradicated. As it's 1-0 to Freiburg. I'm just looking to see whether there's offsides. I think they're going to look at it. Let's have a look. It's a great whipped ball. I've got to admit, it's a lovely through ball. Whipped across the box, to Salai, who just prods it home past Jan Sommer, hits it into the ground, so it takes a lovely bounce up. And I'm just seeing if there's any chance of a disallowed goal here, and it's not. Everything is good with that goal. Absolutely horrible start for Borussia Mönchengladbach, who last time picked up the win against Schalke. They did not today. And I tell you what, credit has got to go to Demirovic, who whipped a lovely ball from the left-hand side across the box to Salai, who took it first time and got it past Jan Sommer. And it's all to do for the Falls again. It feels like every time I do a bloody watch-along, it's all to do, apart from the Schalke game, which, to be honest, it's Schalke, and I don't want to be rude, but, you know, they've had a poor start. As Salai's in the action again, but he's just caused the foul there, and it's a early goal in this one for the away side. As Kyle says, he loves a takeaway now and then. Enjoy it when it does arrive. Well, the thing is, I'll be honest, Kyle, I think you'll be able to see me when it arrives, which is a very rarity, you know. To be honest, you know, most of my streams that I'm on is like, when I've done goal shows, I can't eat because no one can see me. And then when I come on, obviously I put the food to the side. But there's a chance here, and Alassane Plia is squared up with the defender, cuts it onto his right, goes to bend it. He can't quite get it away, so it comes to Hannes Wolf and to Liner. Shimmies past one, drives into the box. It's up for challenge. And it's going to be cleared. And I've heard, in even more dramatic news, there's no cheese melts, which is even more dramatic than this football match. As Oscar Wendt whips the ball in, and it's been a frantic little couple of minutes now as Florian Muller will catch the ball and we'll take a little bit of a breather. So let's have a look what the chat is saying. Oh, I just looked back to see the Gladbach to win 2-0. I can't believe it. I'm going to head out now, Charlotte. No, please stay, because when the turnaround happens, Kyle, it'll look even more dramatic. That's what we're doing. We've got to sell it that Gladbach aren't in the game. Bang, 2 goals. I know he said 2-0. We'll ignore it. 2-1. Just as good. So that's what we're going to do. Stick around. As Chris has put, they have to play Newport, Bolton, Cheltenham, who were in the top 7, to be honest. Newport are brilliant, I've got to admit. I am impressed with Newport. Bolton started the season very poorly, but I've come on in the end. And I have to play Barrow, local rivals too. But Barrow, I think, are lower down in the league, so I don't think you shouldn't be too worried with that. And EFL is crazy and so unpredictable. It is. The EFL is one of the crazier leagues. I think I've always, even when I've been in the Premier League, that's fine. Sorry, I'm replying about the Mackies order. I'm distracted by the Mackies, lads. As, EFL's crazy. Oh, even when we were in the Premier League, I always thought, you know, the Championship offers... In my opinion, the EFL is one of the greatest leagues in the world. Not because of the talent, you know, obviously the Premier League's got more talent, the League has got more talent, but purely for what it throws up each and every week, I think the EFL is up there with the best league in the world. In terms of, basically, unpredictability would probably be the way to describe it. Whereas, you know, if you're looking for talent, sure, go to Italy, go to Spain, you'll get great football. EFL, you'll get good football, but also just unbelievable kind of results that you never see coming and unbelievable moments that we've seen in the past. I mean, look at every single final day of the season. I mean, last year, when Swansea, I think it was, needed a certain amount of goals, as there's another ball that was whipped in dangerously, and Sommer didn't know whether to come or go. Holler went for the slide, mistimed it, luckily for the Gladbach defence, but that whipped ball has caused problems for Gladbach twice already in this game, with one resulting in a goal. It was Salah the provider this time, but Holler, the striker, could not get on the end of it. But yeah, back to what I say about the EFL, it's absolutely crazy. I think that, to be honest, the Bundesliga is one of my favourite leagues as well. I know, I think you can tell by the content on the channel, we're big Bundesliga fans in this household, but unfortunately, at the moment, it looks like Gladbach. I wish Gladbach were going to win it. It looks like Bayern are going to win it. But I'd say relative ease, not massive, relative ease, as it's being played around the back by Freiburgers. Chris puts, I love watching EFL leagues. Yeah, exactly. The final day in an EFL league. And I was talking about Swansea, yeah, where they needed a certain amount of goals. I can't remember if it was like 4 or 5 to knock Cardiff out of the playoffs or something insane like that. And they managed to get all the goals. Ryan Brewster was a massive part of it. I don't think, unfortunately they got knocked out in the playoff semi-finals and kind of that was all forgotten about. But magical moments like that just seem to occur in the EFL more often than other leagues. As the ball is hoofed long by Florian Muller. And it's a really poor header back by Louis Bayer, but Sommer gets there first as Oscar Wendt had to shepherd it away from, I think it was Salah again, who's causing all sorts of problems to begin this game up against Oscar Wendt, who unfortunately will be leaving Gladbach at the end of the season, but he is like about 35, so I think his time was coming to an end, but he's going back to Sweden, so this will be his kind of final few performances in a Gladbach shirt before he departs at the end of the season, and hopefully he'll depart on a good note, which hasn't been the case in the second half of the season for Gladbach, it's fair to say, but it's Freiburg again, the guy's coming forward and it's released on the right and it's going to be crossed in, it's going to looping ball towards the back post. Holler heads it back to the edge of the box and there's nobody there, but Freiburg looking dangerous, but now it's Gladbach's chance to counter. It's Plea driving through the middle. He has people to his left and right and he goes for the through ball to Wolf. It's cleared, only as far as Thuram though. Thuram will square up Schlotterbeck and go for the finesse, and it's completely blocked. Kind of the moment he hit it, really, it never looked like it was going to trouble Florian Muller in the Freiburg goal, I'll be completely honest with you. But we, as Chris says, just need Liverpool to win now. Big game against Arsenal. I think Arsenal, you've always kind of had the better of them over the last couple of years. But with this new team, maybe Arsenal can swing as fast. But I think you need to win to keep your hopes top four, with Chelsea dropping points. A lot of teams in the Premier League dropping points, bar Man City really at this point. And it's always ideal when my teams win. Any more ranting, my heart can't take it. Or, I tell you what, it's one of them, I think I've always said this, that your team can either make or ruin your weekend sometimes. And this weekend it looked like they were going to ruin it because everyone was winning around us. And then Malik Wilks popped up in the 91st minute. However, my German team is ruining the weekend at the moment as they are 1-0 down with 20 minutes of the game played. It's been a good watch so far, to be honest with you. Not for the Gladbach fans, I guess for the neutral, more than anything. As they're trying to build from the back again, Gladbach, and Oscar Wendt's providing some width on the left-hand side. His pass downfield's immediately deflected out for a throw-in. But early patterns of play, to be honest with you, the wings have been an absolute joy for Freiburg, to be honest with you. They've been able to really trouble, mainly down the right-hand side where Salah got free, and then Salah whipped a lovely ball in earlier. And Freiburg, to be honest with you, have been kind of worthy of their lead that has got them in this position. But Gladbach started the game the better team. Went a bit missing for about 10 minutes, but a lovely ball in by Liner. Clear on his right, deflected into the hands of Florian Muller. It's not a massive opportunity for the Frenchman, but a good effort nonetheless, as Florian Muller can kind of calm the game down a little bit. But a really good 20 minutes for the neutral, I would say, as Freiburg take the lead. And as I said, it's massive for the Europa Conference and like Europa League. I can't remember what it's going to be called, but because of Football Manager, I just call it Euro Cup 2. It's kind of what I've been used to calling it, but it's going to be called like the Europa Conference League or sort of something along them lines. And I think Gladbach might have to be aiming for that. Union Berlin, who are also in the mix, do play at Hertha tomorrow in the Berlin Derby, which I think will be a very good game. I do back Hertha to win that one. But if not, Union could make a big stride as teams are kind of gaining points on them, including Freiburg, who with this win would go in and amongst the European conversation most definitely. And another team that's gone really under the radar along the way. But if you guys have any teams that I'm missing out here or anything that I've kind of swam over there, but I think that's pretty much everyone that's in the European shout, because obviously Dortmund picked up they didn't pick up, sorry. They lost to Eintracht Frankfurt early in the day, which really kind of, I don't want to say blew it wide open. I think it was wide open already, but it did kind of make teams below them think if we can catch points this weekend on the massive like team that is Dortmund, if you can sneak in ahead of Europe to them, then you'll be very happy. As it was a lovely ball tried between the fullback and centre half of Freiburg, but Hannes Wolf couldn't get on the end of it. As Marcus Weber says, Germany. Germany, lad, Germany. I love German football, if that's anything to go by. I know German football in terms of the national team, it's fair to say it was up and down this international break. I think the results in North Macedonia really surprised a lot of people, probably killed a lot of accumulators along the way. But yeah, really nice football. And Salai's through again. It was a lovely 1-2 with Demirovic with a back heel flick. Salai's in, one-on-one, near post. Good save. Good save, Jan Sommer. Really strong palm round the corner. And it was lovely football again. Lovely build-up from Freiburg. It was just a link-up. Salai, back heel to Demirovic. Flick round the corner. Salai was through on goal. No one was catching him. And he went for the near post. And Jan Sommer, the Swiss goalkeeper, strong palm with his left hand, puts it round the corner. It's a really good opportunity, that one, from Freiburg. And it should be 2, to be honest with you. As the captain comes over to take the resulting corner. It's Gunter. It's whipped in towards the centre of the box. His player's on the floor and it's a foul. As always, usually when there's a player down in the box, as I think it was Louis Bayer went down under a challenge. I couldn't see who the challenge was from, but you could see him on the deck in the middle of the box, and unfortunately that brings an end to that. Let's have a look. I couldn't even see. I didn't even see what the problem was there. No idea, lads. No idea with that. As Jan Sommer, sorry, goes long with it, and Stindl flicks it round the corner. Plier's got, I thought that was a foul, but it's not been given by the German referee. And now Plier is down injured. I was going to say, I don't know if that's been pulled back for the original foul, as it was a foul by Schlotterbeck. 50-50, I'd say. 50-50. But we are halfway through the first half of this game, so a quarter of the way through the game. And Freiburg, going forward, have looked very, very good tonight. The link-up play between Salai, Holler and Demirovic. I think mainly Demirovic and Salai, but Holler had that opportunity earlier where he was sliding on goal. They've had the more clear-cut opportunities. I think Gladbach in and around the area have been negated to trying their efforts from the edge of the box, trying to bend it round defenders. They've tried a few balls between the lines of Freiburg, but nothing has broken through as of yet. As Liner, I thought he was going to take a shot from range. He goes for the pass to Plier, who looks miles offside. Florian Muller, great save anyway, but he looks miles offside there. Did the French forward as Liner tried to find the ball through. I thought he was going to hit it, and if he hit it, then I would have been telling KD how good Stefan Liner is, because I don't believe it. He doesn't rate him. Doesn't rate him. But a team that is should be rated is this Freiburg team at the moment because they're playing very, very well. As it looks like there's going to be a foul, no advantage played. And I think that's Schmid. Is Schmid playing? Let's have a look at the away team. He is. It's Jonathan Schmid. He is playing. Just to make sure. On the left-hand side there. Even though he's lining up on the right. And Salah is definitely more advanced in this formation, which makes me think they may have gone like a 3 at the back, maybe, from Freiburg. It looks like a 3, to be honest with you. As the ball goes long and it's a terrible judge of the bounce by Bayer. Again, a terrible judge of the bounce by him, the youngster. But luckily it bounced all the way through to Jan Sommer. But it does look like a back 3 for Freiburg so far in this game. With Jonathan Schmid operating on the right, Salah operating ahead of him. Hollers looks like he's out left with Demirovic up front. It's a very, very weird formation. But it's working so far. As they've really, really neutralised Gladbach's attacking threats of Plier, Stindl, Thuram. Hannes Wolf not really been in the game. He's had a few through balls that he's tried to get onto the end of, but hasn't managed it. But apart from that, kind of the whole front 4 portion of Gladbach's team have been rather just isolated, to be honest with you, as we reach the 25-minute mark of the game. And I will tell you, Gladbach trying to operate in like that press, but they just seem to not be getting the look of the draw. Like there was a clearance there, and they were pressing high, but they just couldn't win the ball back. And Marco Rosa is cutting a frustrated kind of figure on the sideline. He almost looks bemused, really, at this Gladbach performance so far. But there's still a long way to go, and that'll be a throw into. I think Christoph Kremer tried to get forward there, tried to advance, but he's not managed anything either in this early half. And if you're one of these teams in the European race, this is your opportunity. And Freiburg at the moment are really grabbing that opportunity that was presented to them by Dortmund earlier in the day. And they're through again. And it's offside flag is up very early. So it must be convincing as Baptiste Santa Maria tried to break through the lines. That's close. That's really close. And I'm not sure he should have lifted his flag that early. I mean, look, he may have been offside, and he probably was, but it was so close to the point where I think you let that play out just in case, you know, he's like a toe onside or something. As Schmid provides some attacking threat, his left-footed ball finds the middle of the park, and it's a shot from range. It's a slip, actually, unfortunately. Kind of took away from the actual attempt itself, and the slip kind of forced the shot to be deflected at the edge of the box, kind of very easily, really, for Gladbach. But Freiburg have earned a foul. I think that's Santa Maria on the deck. It's one of them where the Harry Kane, Plier was underneath Santa Maria. I don't think it was as obvious as Harry Kane's is sometimes, but Santa Maria goes over the top, and it's a foul for Freiburg, who have really, really impressed me for the opening portion of this game, as they'll get another free kick as Stefan Leiner blocks a one-on-one run from Gunter, the captain of Freiburg. He will then stand over the free kick, the resulting free kick. Which is taking a lot longer to take than I thought. I'll be honest with you. I kept the silence there because I thought he was going to take it. And he brought someone over to assist him. So maybe they've worked on some routine. Schmid's over there as well. It is Gunter to take it. It kind of flashes past. It's really poor, actually. It's a really poor free kick in the end, as it flashes past everybody before making its way out for a throw-in on the opposite side. So really poor from Gunter, the left-back. But with 30 minutes played, you've got to think that Marco Rose will be quite frustrated with how this first half has gone. They have not had a chance. I don't think since the opening minutes when Florian Muller parried that opportunity, which, to be honest, I think it was quite soft, I think. One of them where a keeper probably could catch it. Probably better safe than sorry, though, because we saw last time Gladbach played when I think it was Frederick Rono went to catch a ball and dropped it. Just safer to parry it away. Parried it nowhere near any danger. But this is a chance now. As Thuram drives through the middle, he's got Stindl to the left of him, and he's took out cynically, and I think that's got to be a yellow card for Demirovic. And it is that, yeah, the referee's got it in his hand. That'll be a yellow card for Demirovic, as Thuram was breaking through the middle. He clipped the ankles at the back, caused him to trip up. It was a cynical tackle from Demirovic and definitely a deserved yellow card. And it's a free kick in a reasonably dangerous area, I would say. I don't know if it's shooting range. I'll have to have a look again. But that is Demirovic, 5th yellow card of the season. Just trying to see who stood over the free kick. It's in an area where it'll take a hell of an opportunity, but it's far enough away where they could go up and over the wall. It's, I don't know where I would say. Probably say about 25 yards would be my guess of 25 yards out just to the right hand side of the box. Stindl's over it. Vent's over it. Kremer's there, but I don't think Kremer's taking it, as it might be Stindl or Vent. Vent goes for it over the wall and over past the post as well. And that would have been a lovely goal by Oscar Vent, but it was definitely wide. And it was always bending that way. He didn't start inside enough for that bend to take it into the top corner, unfortunately, for the Swedish fullback. And first real opportunity on goal for Gladbach since the opening 5 minutes or so, which has been a surprise because, you know, they're the home team and Freiburg have probably, on display, been the better side, especially going forward, as they have another opportunity to do that now, and they'll just go back and slow it down with 15 minutes to go in the game. As their long ball over the top manages to find thingy. And in possession, Freiburg have been very careful. Very few mistakes from Freiburg going forward, which is probably one of the most impressive things about them. They kind of ball retention has been probably their biggest strength in this game. And especially when they've had the chance to get forward quickly, the interchanging passes between the front three of Salai, Holler and Demirovic has been very impressive. Very good to watch. As it's up towards Holler again, that time they went for the long ball and it was poor, as Stindl wins the ball back and player tries a layoff to Wolf and it's intercepted by Freiburg again, and it's back to Freiburg controlling the possession and making Gladbach work, which in the opening stages of this game has worked to absolute perfection for this Freiburg team. But they are going to go long again. And I think that is, you know, Salai went for, I think he was either trying to run past him or go for the header. Before the ball even dropped, he tried to take out Bayer, eyed him up and, yeah, definitely took him out. Cynical again, a bit like the thing he won, but, yeah. It's looking actually like either a 5-2-3 or a 3-4-3, depending on in and out of possession from Freiburg, which is not what the lineup says, because if you look at the lineup, it's not the 4-4-2 they produced earlier, which, to be fair, a lot of coaches will do that. They'll put something else on the team sheet as there should be a high foot, and it is a high foot by Demirovic, who has to be careful because he's on a yellow card. And a red card would definitely change this game. As Liner was trying to get on the end of a 1-2. He does keep the ball well. And it's intercepted in the end. But now it's chance for Gladbach to have a few waves of attack. Try and keep the ball for a little bit. And they are passing it round well. And Hannes Wolf goes for a Cruyff turn. And it's poor. And now this is the chance for Freiburg to counter. They're going to go wide to Holler. There's two people through the middle. And they found it. Demirovic, Salai's free. If the ball was better, he was in. And Neuhaus gets back brilliantly, the youngster, and it's that electric counter-attack with 1 and 2 touch football between the front three that cuts through Gladbach so easily. So easily. It's Demirovic through-balled Holler. Holler put the through ball to, I couldn't see who it was, but then another pass across the box, tried to reach Salai, and Salai couldn't get there. As Sergio Kisnero says, Vamos Gladbach, which I think you mean Gladbach, and yes, Die Fallen. We love Gladbach. Well, I do, but totally unbiased stream. As they go near post, Sommer saves, and he's almost scored directly from the corner. And it's another ball into the box towards the back stick. Sommer saves. I'll have to see the replay on that. I couldn't see if there was a deflection or he went straight through everyone, as Sommer had to make a save from the corner kick. Surprised the hell about it, but yes, Sergio, Vamos Gladbach. As Marcus Thuram's making a lovely run, Stindl ignored it and went to go through the middle of player. Probably the wrong idea in hindsight. But yeah, Gunter's corner here. It was flicked on at the near post by Santa Maria, and a good strong palm away by Jan Sommer, who's had 2 of them in the first half, 1 at the near post and 1 from the corner, where he had to get strong palms to the football and keep this game at 1-0, which it may be fortunate it is at the moment, especially in the case of Gladbach. As I think Arsenal and Liverpool have kicked off as well. So, sorry about that loud pop, by the way. Keep us updated in the Arsenal-Liverpool game, Chris, if you're still in here, or Jordan, or keep us updated if anything happens in the Liverpool-Arsenal game as we're covering the Bundesliga here tonight. Because of course we are. As there's a stoppage in play, I think there was a boot that was a loose boot from one of the Freiburg players, and there's been enough time to allow the boot to, I think, just be put back on. I mean, I don't think it was any sort of challenge. I think it was just a loose boot. As they'll go back to the keeper, Florian Muller, who's going to try the long ball up top. A lot of long balls from Freiburg, but I think their best work has been when the ball's on the deck and moving forward very quickly. It's 3 or 4 passes and they're in behind, which is a really, really nice trait from this Freiburg team, who I've not had much chance to watch this year, to be honest with you. Not often on the telly in England, which is a bit of a shame. It's usually your Bayerns and your Dortmunds, but from what I've seen of them so far, they've been slowly picking up results, and it's clear to see why. They look defensively solid, and going forward very impressive also. But that is the puzzle that Gladbach have to try and crack with about 8 minutes of the first half remaining. Got to say, a bit of a lull in play altogether since that earlier opportunity from Freiburg, and they're winning the ball back very well. But credit to Gladbach, they're earning throw-ins high up the field. They're in the right areas to try and make something happen, but they're yet to make any sort of chance that will trouble Florian Muller in the goal of Freiburg. As Sergio puts, go Gladbach, go Gladbach indeed. And then you put something in Spanish, which I don't understand. I think vamos means come on. Vamos empata. Sorry, just a moment. As Freiburg came forward, I think they're going to earn a free kick maybe for it. They will. So that's perfect time for Google Translate to find out what Vamos oh God, I forgot the word. Vamos empata? Did he say? Let's have a look. Spanish to English. Vamos empata. Empata. Let's go on leg. Let's go tie. Do you want to draw? I'm not quite sure. Let's go tie. Sure. Vamos empata. If Google Translate's correct, let's go tie. But we don't want a tie. We want a Gladbach victory. So if I could do Vamos victory, I would. I just don't know what it is, to be honest with you. But thank you very much, Sergio. It's nice to have you in the stream. And it's nice to have everyone here. If you are new, please like and subscribe to the Sports Corner. as the free kick is floated into the box, and it also floats behind for a kind of a troubleless? Don't think that's a word. But anyway, I digress. As there's 5 minutes left of the first half, as the switch ball to Oscar Wendt is collected, and Plea gets a nudge in the back, but it's not enough to get rid of the ball. Lovely bit of play by Hannes Wolf to bring Christoph Kramer into play, who drives forward and finds Liner, who's overlapping on the right. Provides some good width. His ball in the box. Thuram's header kind of comes off that top of the head there, and it's what we'd call in the business a 50p head, as it comes off the top of his head and goes straight into the hands of Florian Muller. And that really has been kind of it in terms of attacking chances for Gladbach. It's been all them opportunities which have kind of trickled into the hands of Florian Muller, as it's glitching a little bit. Freiburg were coming forward, but it's froze. So I don't know what's happening. It's froze. As of course it has. Of course it has. I'll check live score just to see if they did score from this attack. And they didn't. It's 1-0. As I'm going to try and see what's happening as it's thingy. But here is the home team. And we're just going to try and find out, because the game has frozen on the screen, which is absolutely fantastic.
Hello.
Thank you very much. As the game, we're trying to see if it's back. Sorry for the banging on the door, but let's have a look if the game's come back. It seems like it's a problem with BT. As do you know what, lads? Seamless Watchalongs and Kieran just don't go well together. Don't go well together at all. As I'm just trying to see if we can get BT back. This has gone well. It's still 1-0 to Gladbach. Freiburg, as far as I know. Because literally the game crashed during an attack for Freiburg. So God knows if anything happened. I hope it didn't. As Sergio's put another quality comment in, which I don't understand. He put C, and I know what that means. C. Yes. And BT are aware of some things where this stuff is crashing. But they didn't score from that attack. Surprise! Gladbach are attacking. And they're coming forward as they've just been dispossessed straight away. The moment I come back into the game, they've been dispossessed. And they've won it back. It's Plea. He's through-balled it to Kramer. Got his back to goal. Lays it off to Thuram. Sorry for everyone for disappearing for a minute there, by the way. Oscar Wendt. And thank you for KD for delivering the food. What a legend. And nothing came of it, which is nice. Because I was... it would have been gutting if I'd have missed anything because of bloody BT and their rubbish bloody app. As there's 2.5 minutes left of the half. And I'm going to try and convert what you said, Sergio. And I'll reply to it soon, once I understand what it means. As Plea has it on the edge of the box, he tries to turn on his turn. It just doesn't work. And Freiburg come forward. It's Holler. Great ball to Salah. Demirovic is in loads of space. Takes a strike. A goal is deflected back to him. And it's a good recovery tackle from Matthias Ginter. As my food goes down the wrong hole. And for some reason, everything breaks when I'm here. I don't understand. I need help. Because every time it breaks. But we're back underway, as far as I know. And we'll try and see and convert what you said, Sergio, in the chat. If you do know English, try speaking it. Because I'm a bit okay with French. Spanish, I know nothing. So I'm going to convert what you've said, though, to try and give you the best reply possible. As you've put Saludos. Let me have a look. Saludos. As Wolf gets onto the end of a through ball here. He's pulled it back to the edge of the box. It's drilled across. Neuhaus on the volley! That was so far wide and I overreacted. So far wide. And I overreacted. As I'm just looking what you put here. Saludos. Mexico. Buena Naracio. Greetings to Mexico. Oh, you're from Mexico. Very nice, Sergio. Sorry, my friend. I thought you was from Spain. Good narration. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that massively. It's nice to see you as always. And let us know where you're from in Mexico. Been to Mexico before. It's an absolutely lovely country. Good to see you, and it's good to have you in the stream as always. And I hope you're enjoying. Apart from the moment it kind of messed up a little bit, we're back. So thank you very much for the nice comments in the chat. It's always nice to have you here. And you're cheering on Gladbach, which is always a bonus point. And I'm eating my tea, which is a bonus point. As the game ticks down towards the 45th minute. I'm not sure how many minutes added on we're going to be, but it's 1 minute added on. Gunter has come for the corner. And they've gone short this time. And Salah will whip it in towards the near post. Flicked on the back. What a save, Sommer. Unbelievable save from Jan Sommer. Didn't know much about it. Did not know much about it. But a great save by the feet of Jan Sommer. And it's a ball, short corner that was whipped in. And it was a near post header. Flicked to the back post. Holler instinctively prodded it towards goal. And Jan Sommer's foot on the line has saved it. An outstanding piece of goalkeeping from Jan Sommer. Didn't know anything about it. Just instincts took over. And what a save from Jan Sommer. I think they're looking at, they must have looked at goal line technology. As Infinity Football put, "Hey Chris, how are you? My name's Kieran. I spotted you, Infinity. Don't you worry about it. I spotted it the first time. But I'm good, mate. How are you? It's nice to see you, Infinity. It's nice to see you." As the game ticks to half time. And it's another half of disappointment for Gladbach. And Freiburg, admittedly, it could be 3 or 4. And nice to see you, Infinity. Let me know how you are. I'm just eating my food, to be honest with you. But yeah, it could be more for Freiburg. They've had glorious opportunities. Jan Sommer's been fantastic. Making a really good near post save earlier in the game. Making another save there from Holler with his foot on the line. Which I've got to admit, I'd love to see it on goal line technology. Because how close that would have been to going over the line. But another good save from Jan Sommer. And in terms of Gladbach, they've not offered anything really going forward. Especially to trouble Florian Muller. And I think, to be honest, Freiburg have had the better of the game. When they've gone long, it hasn't worked quite as well as when they've broke between the lines with intricate triangles, which has probably been their most satisfying way to break down the Gladbach attack. But that is it for the half. As I'm going to let you know about some other things coming up on the channel. Here's Josh with more.
It's a busy week on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Monday night, your Bank Holiday Monday starts with the Premier League of Darts night number 1. I'll be live from 7:10 for all of that. And then we've also got multi-stream watch-alongs. For the first time on the channel, you'll be able to watch 2 events live free on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Tuesday with the Premier League of Darts night number 2. That will be from 7:10 with myself. And then also at the same time, there'll be another stream available. That's for the Champions League as Manchester City take on Dortmund and Real Madrid take on Liverpool. On Wednesday night, we'll have the Premier League of Darts night number 3 alongside the other Champions League games. That's Bayern Munich, PSG and Porto up against Chelsea. And then finally on Thursday night, Premier League of Darts night number 4. And then we'll also have the Europa League quarterfinals first leg goal show. That's this week on the Sports Corner.
I should have timed when that was coming back, shouldn't I? Anyway, that's what's coming up on the channel in the coming weeks. But to kill a bit of time during half time, I'm going to eat, but also thank you, Kyle, for the link in the chat. You know what? The guy is always there. No matter when you think, you know, oh, where's he been? He's not talking to me so much. He's jinxed the scoreline and my team's losing because of him. He comes in with the link and saves it all. Thank you very much, Kyle. It's always nice of you to do that. Because that is the social media links. They are all there for you. You're currently on YouTube, The Sports Corner. If you want to follow on Twitter, it's @the_top corner. And the website, which Kyle has very nicely linked in the chat, thesports-corner.com. We are also on Instagram, the _ sports corner _ where you can find all the latest goings on at the sports corner, what we're covering, when we're covering it, when we're live, especially on Twitter and Instagram. We'll tweet out or Instagram out. Not very cool, me. When the thing, as he puts, oh sure, what you do without me. To be honest, mate, you've seen what I'm like without Josh. Last time I crashed, we had cloudy audio. This time the game crashed. So honestly, Kyle, I can't do it. I'm not very good by myself. I don't know what I've done. I've cursed something. But with half time on the way, let's look at the two teams and what they could do to change their hopes. Gladbach, the team currently losing, they might have to look to their bench to get back into this one. And their bench consists of Michael Lang. I don't think I could see Lang coming on at any point soon, just because he's a right back and I'm not sure whether this is the right game to bring him on. But maybe late in the game. Patrick Herman and Traore are the wing options. And Lazaro, who could double up as a right back. And Bolo as well is also on the team. As is Zakaria as a midfield option. Tony Janska, the centre half. And Sippel, who I don't think we'll see unless anything happens to Jan Sommer, which God hope he doesn't after that amazing performance in the first half. I'll have to admit. As for the away team, they are in control of this one. And if they look to their bench, they'll have Uphoff, Till, Kubler, Peterson, Haberer, Heinz, Kwon Chang-hoon, Templeman and Burkhardt. So, to be honest, for Freiburg, I don't think they should be looking at any changes. I think Holler is the one that maybe has had some golden opportunities in that half, which he definitely should have put away. But an incredible save from Sommer. An unfortunate missed timing as well of his slide. Kind of left him without a goal in that first half. But overall, I think it's been a good half in Freiburg's point of view. As, to be fair, I'm going to continue eating. But I will put on the watch-along opener, just so you don't have to see me eating, as you are live with Gladbach v Freiburg. What does this result mean for the table? As the results earlier in the day, if you didn't know. Augsburg conquered Hoffenheim 2-1. Goals from Ruben Vargas and Andre Hahn were too much for Robert Skov, who came back with a late goal, but it wasn't enough for Hoffenheim. Leverkusen, I've got to admit, only just got past Schalke. Lucas Alario opened the scoring. Then the other striker that was subbed on for Lucas Alario, Patrick Schick, managed to get the second goal. Huntelaar did get one back after having a goal disallowed earlier in the game. He got one back late in the show, but it wasn't enough to give Schalke, unfortunately, any hope of staying in the league. As we hope they do, but we never really know. Dortmund took on Frankfurt and again came out on the losing side at Signal Iduna Park. Nico Schultz headed over his goalkeeper after 10 minutes, which I've got to admit, a good header if he was a striker. Fortunately, he's a left back. So, not the greatest header from Nico Schultz. Mats Hummels then equalised on the stroke of half time, but Ilsanker scored and thought he'd won the game in the 67th minute, but that was ruled out for offside. Before Andre Silva popped up in the 87th minute to give Frankfurt all 3 points. To the opposite end of the table, Mainz placed Armenia in a battle of two teams that are dying to stay in the division. And the two teams probably got arguably the worst result, as both teams left with a singular point. Mainz took the lead in the second half through a penalty, which was put away by Daniel Brzezinski, before Armenia, from a deflected shot, I think it was, from a free kick, fell to Vog Slammer, who did exactly what his name would suggest. He slammed it home. Wolfsburg kept their good form and their hopes of top 4 kind of a reality with a victory over Cologne, who were at the bottom end of the division, with a 1-0 victory, with a single goal in that game coming from Josip Brekalo in the 70th minute. And then it came to the 5:30s, where there was one long game, and what a game it was in terms of the teams in it. Leipzig v Bayern Munich, an absolute star-studded affair. However, unfortunately, not the most star-studded game. It was a singular goal that won that one in a hard-fought 1-0. Of course, no Lewandowski for the German champions. The goal came from Leon Goretzka in the 38th minute. And with Choupo-Moting up top, the mighty Bayern look like they're winning another Bundesliga title. And in this game, Freiburg have the lead. It should be a few more, in my opinion. If not for the heroics of Jan Sommer. But it was a goal from Salai within 10 minutes, which gave Freiburg the lead. And if you're asking what it means for the table, well, I'll tell you. Bayern are now 7 points clear of second place Leipzig, with, I think, if I'm not wrong, 7 games to go. 7 points with 7 games. Doesn't look likely that the team from Bavaria will be giving up their title anytime soon. Leipzig do remain in second, 7 points behind. They're on 57. They are 3 points clear of the team in third place, which is Wolfsburg. They're on 54. Frankfurt, who defeated Dortmund today, are in that final Champions League spots, and they're 7 points clear of Dortmund. Could it be the year that Adi Hutter gets into the Champions League with his beloved Frankfurt side? And Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen, one in Europa at 5th, Europa Conference I think at 6th, or maybe it's Euro Cup there as well. And then just behind them it would take Freiburg into 7th, above Union Berlin, with the chasing pack of Union Stuttgart and Gladbach. As that was kind of all the results going forward and what it meant for the table. I have looked around the leagues and I'm looking, and I don't think there's been a goal in the Arsenal-Liverpool game just yet. I will keep you updated. No goals in that one. Huddersfield drew with Brentford today, and another goal around the league as Carlisle beat Southend. Real Madrid beat Eibar 2-0. Karim Benzema on the score sheet again. And what a day it was in Italy, by the way. Juventus 2, Torino 2. Ronaldo popping up with a little kind of last 10-minute equaliser. Roma 2, Sassuolo 2. Crotone 3, Napoli 4. What a game that was. Lazio 2, Spezia 1. Genoa 1, Fiorentina 1. Benevento 2, Parma 2. Atalanta 3, Udinese 2. And AC Milan Sampdoria ended 1-1. But we should be back with this game in not a very long time at all. But let's go through again, if you missed it earlier, what is coming up on the channel in the coming weeks.
It's a busy week on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Monday night, your Bank Holiday Monday starts with the Premier League of Darts night number 1. I'll be live from 7:10 for all of that. And then we've also got multi-stream watch-alongs. For the first time on the channel, you'll be able to watch 2 events live free on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Tuesday with the Premier League of Darts night number 2. That will be from 10 past 7 with myself. And then also at the same time, there'll be another stream available. That's for the Champions League as Manchester City take on Dortmund and Real Madrid take on Liverpool. On Wednesday night, we'll have the Premier League of Darts night number 3 alongside the other Champions League games. That's Bayern Munich, PSG and Porto up against Chelsea. And then finally on Thursday night, Premier League of Darts night number 4. And then we'll also have the Europa League quarterfinals first leg goal show. That's this week on the Sports Corner.
I'll be honest, I was wishing that would last much longer. I'm trying to get through a burger here, boys. I'll be honest with you. I'm tempted to run it again. As BT Sport's gone down. I can't run it again. For God's sake. BT's gone down. I'll try and get that back up so we can watch the second half of this game. As unfortunately, it has... it's frozen again. And this isn't even like me. This is just BT the app. BT the app has a severe problem. I remember me and Rowan were watching the... I think it was NXT the other night. And it wouldn't stop freezing at all. As Daz puts, evening Kieran, how are you doing? I'm doing alright. The stream, on the other hand, we've had a frozen game. We've had me trying to get through a burger and chips and cheese sticks while on stream, which has been an absolute hassle to say the least. And I've almost just lost my chips. Oh, dramatic. Dramatic scenes. The chips have survived though, as I take one. But apart from that, mate, I'm good. How are you, mate? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Because I've been trying to keep all this up. And do you know what? There's about 30 seconds till this game re-kicks off. So let's find out what's coming up on the channel. It's the Watchalong advert ×3, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
It's a busy week on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Monday night, your bank holiday Monday starts with the Premier League of Darts night number 1. I'll be live from 10 past 7 for all of that. And then we've also got multi-stream watch-alongs. For the first time on the channel, you'll be able to watch 2 events live free on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Tuesday with the Premier League of Darts night number 2. That will be from 10 past 7 with myself. And then also at the same time, there'll be another stream available. That's for the Champions League as Manchester City take on Dortmund and Real Madrid take on Liverpool. On Wednesday night, we'll have the Premier League of Darts night number 3 alongside the other Champions League games. That's Bayern Munich, PSG and Porto up against Chelsea. And then finally on Thursday night, Premier League of Darts night number 4. And then we'll also have the Europa League quarterfinals first leg goal show. That's this week on the Sports Corner.
Hello everyone. They just showed me the scores. And I'll tell you what, if you don't know what's coming up on the channel, I'm not going to do it again, lads. I'm not going to do it again. Chris has put Liverpool are on top at the moment, but it's 0-0. Need a goal with this spell of pressure. Yeah, you want to make that pressure pay and get on the score sheet. As he also asked, did I get my McDonald's? Yes. Yes, I did. As I take a bite there. And watch along advert times for... Did someone say encore for the watch along advert? Let's have it again, why not? Josh has done more work in this watch along and he's not even here. He's just done the advert. As Carl puts, everyone turn around so Kieran can have some privacy eating his burger. Yeah, I'm just going to have to trust that all of you turned away from the screen at one time. I might just sneak off to the left. You know, I can still give the voice, but I can't see it. And he put, Daz has put, Kieran, I've got you on and the Liverpool Arsenal on the other channel. And that is the dedication I love to see, Daz. That is absolutely fantastic, mate. I hope that I can provide some interesting commentary of this game whilst that other game continues. And to be fair, at least we've had a goal in ours, as we almost had another one. The ball was whipped across the front of the box. And Schlotterbeck did very well to get that clearance in. But thank you, Daz, very much. It's nice to see you. I hope you are well, as I hope everyone else is in the chat as well, as this game has now kicked off as he sneaks to the left. Fantastic, this. This is content, innit, lads? think if you've tuned into Rowan's stream before, I think Rowan's had a couple where he's had to have his tea midstream. My turn. As Zakaria has come on for Hannes Wolf, there was a change at half time. And it might be a system change as well for Gladbach. I'm not quite sure. I'll probably be able to grasp more of it as the game continues. As there is literally every man is in the attacking half, with Zakaria sitting the deepest out of the group. So Wolf, didn't really get into that first half, if I'm being 100% honest. I don't want to say it was underwhelming. I think that'd be harsh. But they've cut through the lines very well here. Thuram's on the spin. Goes for kind of a nice fancy flick through to Kramer. Was it Kramer? Bloody hell, he's got a nosebleed. He's up that high, Christoph Kramer. Does score a good goal though, I remember. Kramer flicks it on to Thuram, who tries to flick it on one more. Kramer's got it. Falls to Neuhaus. Ginter whips it into the box. Plier's header into the hands of Florian Muller. It's a good effort though. As a good start to this half. As Chris has got the Liverpool game on and watching along at the same time. Chris, you've always been one of the dedicated lads. I know there's been times when the dart's on and you weren't sure which one to watch, and you've always kind of done a little bit of both. And for that, we love you, my son. And I'm glad you're here as well, providing the conversation in the chat, because, let's be honest, don't want to eat tea by myself. It's a bit boring, isn't it? You don't want to eat back by myself. Got the lads, got some football. It's good times, good times. As Daz says, Milner just missed a chance. Milner starting. I haven't looked at the starting 11. Any shockers in the starting 11? Daz or Chris or anyone who's watching the game? Is there any shockers? Or is it kind of just your usual kind of Firmino, Salah, Mane? An update, the burger's nearly complete, so there'll be no more leaning soon. I don't usually do this, I promise. Apart from the last time where I ordered pizza. But the time before that I didn't do it. As 48 minutes tick on the clock now. And it's been a good start to the second half for Gladbach. Much better on the front foot. But that's how they started the first half. And it was long ball here, a long switch, which has found Salah beautifully. Schmid towards the back post, and it's a little bit overhit, so Holler couldn't get there. But Freiburg have won the ball back high again. I think that's another great trait of this team. As Liner does a beautiful switch to Plier, and there's a lot of space. It's a 3-on-3. Plier drives past one, takes it past two. There's a person free on the right, and he gets caught underneath his feet. And he's just got to try and release Liner on the right-hand side as he's put, as expected. Milner is surprising, but understandable. Wijnaldum been playing for the Netherlands, of course. I know Pep Guardiola didn't play Gundogan today. Or he might have come on as a sub, but still for fantasy reasons, like seriously. I swear, fantasy is just a joke with Guardiola. I might not put any City players in. I never used to have any City players, but now I do, so. As I'm going to finish my burger so I can get back into commentary. Completed that. As the dad says, happy Easter to you and all the team. Of course, it's Easter Sunday tomorrow. Happy Easter to you, Daz. I hope you get... What egg have you got? Go on. Let's have a conversation. What egg have you got? Because I know at home, I've got a Galaxy Easter egg waiting for me when I make my trip home. Which unfortunately might be in the summer, so it'd be a bit outdated, but it's fine. It'll still be in date to eat, so I'm going to have a Galaxy Easter egg myself. If anyone's got any Easter egg flavours... Flavours? What? It's just chocolate in it. Any Easter egg company, forget it. You know what I'm saying. I'm flabbergasted, to be honest with you. But yeah, any Easter egg Easter egg thingy. I used to miss when you used to hide Easter eggs when you were a kid. Because you used to, if you hide one Easter egg, it's not fun, so you used to get more than one Easter egg. Now, as I'm older, it's one Easter egg a year. And it's going to be nice, don't worry, don't get me wrong. But I know, it's like when you're a kid and you're at Christmas and you've got like loads of presents downstairs, and now when you're older, I don't know what to get for Christmas these days. As this is totally football related, isn't it? I'm just waffling. This is totally football related. But I will say, some of the football tomorrow on Easter Sunday, there's some crackers tomorrow. I'll have a look for you soon. As this game gets a bit dead. A bit lull in the game as I look to tomorrow's fixtures. Southampton, Burnley. Alright, probably not the best. Newcastle, Tottenham. Probably not the best. Aston Villa, Fulham. Probably not the best. Man United, Brighton. Probably not the best. Sevilla, Atletico. Now, that is a good quality game. That's a quality game. And the Berlin Derby, which I'm also looking forward to tomorrow. So there's a few good games to look forward to, lads, tomorrow on your Easter Sunday. Because Easter and it's a bit like Boxing Day Easter, innit? Like, I feel like it's known for the football. Oh, Daz, you don't eat chocolate. Fair enough. What do you have for Easter then? Do you have anything? Or do you just leave it? As Chris has put, Easter's a load of nonsense. I couldn't care less. You want chocolate, go to a shop. You don't see me posting, I got this Easter egg. No, I don't post about my Easter eggs. I eat Easter eggs. My favourite thing is when Easter eggs are £1 in like January, when they first go on sale for some bizarre reason. It's commercial, isn't it, Chris? It's all commercialised, a bit like Christmas. Christmas, I remember when I used to work in a shop, Christmas used to start in bloody like August. You used to get stock for Christmas. And that's in. What? That is absolutely out of nothing. Marcus Thuram takes a shot and it is deflected off Baptiste Santa Maria. And that is out of nothing. I wasn't talking about it because it comes from absolutely nothing but a stroke of luck. And Gladbach are back in the game. Ginter puts a cross into the box. Stindl takes a touch. It's a really bad one. Thuram then volleys it. It doesn't look like it's troubling anybody, but he volleys it into the chest of Santa Maria, and the deflection takes it past Muller. Completely wrong foots the keeper. It completely derails the ball. Absolutely unbelievable goal. Not in terms of quality, by any means. Just in terms of I did not see that coming. Thuram lines up for the volley. It's going in the opposite corner. It hits Santa Maria's chest. Completely changes the flight of the ball. There's question marks whether he's offside. Looked level to me. And it's a goal. It's 1-1. Gladbach are back in the game via fortunate means. Don't get me wrong, but it's a good goal to start this second half with 8 minutes played. As Jaron Alonso AT put, goal Gladbach 1-1. Yes, it is, mate. I mean, I'll be honest, didn't really think it were coming. With the way the chance kind of created itself, it was almost kind of a series of errors, really, in terms of Stindl's heavy touch, which found Thuram, who volleyed it towards goal, and he just fortunately hit off Santa Maria's chest, which is good. Just nuts and mints and some beer. Fair enough, as Thuram's through ball. I think he's offside, but he's going to take a strike at goal anyway. I thought he were off. It's good defending, and eventually it's offside. So the linesman puts his flag up 10 years later. It's just nuts and mints and beer. Do you need anything else, Daz, lad? Sounds like a good Easter to me, mate. And this, speaking, it's turned into a good game for this Easter weekend, to be honest with you. A really fortunate way for Gladbach to get back into the game, but Thuram and Rosa will not care, to say the least. But I did not see it coming, but now we've got a game in our hands. It's 1-1. And I'll be honest with you, Freiburg have not got it going in this second half. Not the way they did in the first. In the first, they were creating stuff. They were really good going forward. Quick, snappy football. Really intricate. In this second half, I haven't seen them go forward as often. And speaking of the devil, they have now Zakaria. Really good interception from the Swiss. Midfielder turned centre-back. In this role, and it's really getting feisty in the middle of the park. Oscar Venter's just taken out, I think it was Jonathan Schmid, on the right hand side, but the advantage has been played, and he tries to get onto the end of a through ball. Bayer with some very good defending, really good, and he brings his team forward with the pass out from the back. It's clear. Stindl, Neuhaus. This is lovely stuff from Gladbach going forward. Thuram skips past one. There's an overlap from player. Drilled across the box. It comes out on the end. There's two people lining up. And it's cleared. That was lovely football going forward, though. From Gladbach. Stark contrast from the first half. Night and day from the first half, this one. Oh, that's me. Hello. Turn myself up there. Just to make sure the sound were alright. As Stindl plays it to Thuram, it's a through ball to Liner. Liner won't get there. As Calput, I remember years ago, bars, ice creams, etc. used to be bigger, but all have shrunk at the same price. You're telling me, Kyle. Right. I know you're from Ireland, but surely you've heard of a Freddo. Freddo? I don't know what's happened to the guy. If he has to fund something, fund a mortgage or something, but the guy has gone up like 20p since I was a kid. And he doesn't look any time of going backwards. Freddos, in terms of the price of a Freddo, absolutely outrageous. It's gone up, so I agree with you, Kyle. The prices are going up. The bars are getting smaller. It's terrible. But Gladbach playing some lovely football, lovely triangles. Zakaria's on the right, and that is horrific. He's hit it off his own ankle. And that was such a lovely move from Gladbach, moving through the thirds beautifully. And then Zakaria hits it off his own foot. As it's showing a replay of the goal. Thuram was level. It was a really fortunate goal as it flicks off Baptiste Santamaria's chest. But there you go. On Tuesday I'd have to watch both Liverpool-Carlisle, same time. Carlisle v Scunthorpe, Real Madrid v Liverpool. Decision time again. Or dedication again. Yeah, indeed. Where are you going to fit us? While we're watching the darts and the Champions League as well. Chris, you're going to have to rent out like a cinema screen to have all the content. But that is dedication indeed. So when you support two teams, it's difficult. Fortunately for me, Hull are never on telly. And the occasion where I pay £10, it's usually at 3 PM anyway. So at least with the Bundesliga, if you bet on it on Sky, you can watch it for free. I'm not sure if it's all the same. It's the same in other places. But that is, oh my god, quality dedication from you as I hiccup there, which I hope doesn't stay, because that is going to be an unbearable last half an hour to this game if I just can't get through a sentence without hiccuping. As Gladbach in this second half have looked much the better team, and again going forward they're doing it so much more fluid. Kramer through balls, Thuram's one-on-one with the keeper, he's round him, he's got to slot it home, and he does! 2-1, Marcus Thuram changes this game at the drop of a hat. It is 2-1 to Gladbach. I tell you what, Florian Muller, unfortunately he's got to be a bit more commanding when the through ball is made by Kramer. And Thuram wins the foot race with the centre half. And I've got to admit, Muller is in no man's land. He's in absolute no man's land when this ball is played through. And Gladbach have turned it on its head. Lovely through ball. Florian Muller's on the edge of his box. Decides to stop. He doesn't come nor go. Just stops. And then Thuram rounds him and slots it past the despairing goalkeeper. And it's 2-1 to Gladbach. And this is the turnaround in the second half we wanted to see. And that's delightful from the Frenchman, who hasn't had the season he, had last season, but he's come out at the biggest moment. And it's 2-1 to Gladbach. And they now put themselves well and truly in the European race with half an hour to go in this game. If you'd have said this was going to happen at 40 minutes in the first half, I'd have told you were lying. Because Gladbach did not look this good going forward. They've got so much quicker at moving the ball and shifting Freiburg players out of positions that they want to be in. It's been absolutely brilliant from them in the second half. Really good tactical changes from Marco Rosa. And that is why Dortmund wanted them as a manager. As line ahead's clear, now Freiburg have got to be the one to come out, strike a fortune about the first goal, but the second goal was much better. As it's 0-0 at half-time, Daz. Hopefully it's been a decent watch. Because 0-0s can have a bit of a, you know. As it's 0-0 in that game. But it's 2-1 to Gladbach here. As it says on the score down below. And up, actually. And let's have a look. Carl says he loves a Fredo. I used to love a Fredo before the guy became like unbelievably expensive. It used to be 5 cents, I think. Then 10. Then 25. Now I think exactly. I don't know what this man has to fund, Mr. Fredo, but he's taking the piss. Politely, of course. Sorry for the language. And Carl puts, hopefully Gladbach can go on to win now so I won't feel the wrath of Kieran. I said to you, we were building up for a 2-0 comeback. Neuhaus takes a strike from range. It's gone wide, don't worry. But we said earlier, didn't we? I said to you, 2-0, it's a good scoreline. But we went 1-0 down. But then we still scored 2 anyway, so no wrath today because we are playing fantastically in this second half. Not biased at all. Barcelona in disguise. Not the crap Barcelona now. It's probably not a good example. Like the Barcelona from the past, you know. We look like them, basically, is what I'm saying. The way we move through the thirds in this second half. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm really not. But I'm going to say Champions League no. As Chris has put, it is half-time. It's 0-0. And dominant first half from us. Only thing missing is opening goal. Big second half. Any clear-cut chances from either side, really? Chris, I know you said dominant, but have you been dominant in terms of just ball possession and stuff like that? As Thuram skips past one, he's got it open again, goes for the far bottom post, and he just trickles past, and Thuram has come to life in this second half. Seems to be extremely confident, and that just misses the post by a yard. It's beautiful from Marcus Thuram, but it's unfortunate. As Chris asked, do I think Neuhaus will leave? Unfortunately, Chris, yes I do. Unfortunately, I think overall, I think it will be. Neuhaus will leave. He's an incredible young talent. I know in the past couple of weeks, even when Gladbach were on really poor form, he shone. And that's, you know, there's a high foot. And I think that's going to be a yellow card for Holler. No, the referee's gone away from his pocket. His boot definitely caught Ginter. And Will is in the chat. Hello, Will. Maybe they need you in charge, mate, because you'd be able to turn this one around. And Freiburg have got to sort it out. They've got to press the ball. I'll be honest, in the first half, they did a very good job of pressing the ball. But in this second half, Gladbach have been much better. Much the better side. And I've got cheese sticks. But yeah, Freiburg, not the greatest in the second half. As Marcus Thuram has turned this game on its head within 15 minutes of the second half, and he's joyous celebrations, and I just can't hide my emotions, lads. As Milner had a clear-cut chance where he should hit the target, but besides that, I'm guessing nothing in terms of massive opportunities. But I hope, while it's half-time in that game, you've all come to join us in the Gladbach Freiburg game. As we haven't, amazingly, you've joined us at a stoppage in play because Ginter took a boot to the head. Holler did get yellow carded for it. He took a swift boot to the face there. Holler has had some massive chances in this game. Will, you know Holler more than anybody. He unfortunately had this chance towards the end of the first half. A delightful save from Jan Sommer. When I'm talking like millimetres from going over the line, think John Stones against Liverpool. How close that was to going on the line. Same here with Jan Sommer. Absolutely brilliant save from the Swiss keeper. Absolutely brilliant. As the game will get back underway, there's just a bit of treatment. I think it's just a bit of blood in the mouth from Ginter, but he's a warrior. He'll carry on. Another player that was away on international duty this year this week, with the German national team. Hoffmann was with the team, but unfortunately contracted COVID because he was playing backgammon. God's sake, I don't think that's why he caught COVID, but he was playing backgammon, and then everyone who played backgammon with him also had to miss because they were close contacts. As Will Peake puts, typical from Freiburg, so frustratingly inconsistent. Thuram is quality. Thuram has shown up today massively. In the first half, got to admit, wasn't in the game entirely. They've put him up front rather than out left, and he's made the difference. I've got to credit Marco Rosa. The changes he's made to take off Hannes Wolf, Dennis Zakaria, filling in at centre-back in kind of a back three of Ginter, Bayer, and Zakaria. Zakaria in the middle. Perfection from Marco Rosa tonight. And Thuram through the middle, his pace is causing all sorts of problems, and he just looks a much more confident player than he was out on the left. He's pulled up in the middle, which is a problem for Gladbach, but Stindl's been played through by a player, rolls it across, it's an own goal! It's an own goal by Baptiste Santa Maria. It's offside. It's offside. It could have been the second possible own goal from Santa Maria tonight. The Frenchman's not having the greatest luck. It'll get checked, but I'm not sure. As I'll be honest, if this does get given as a goal, I'm sure VAR will check it. Baptiste Santa Maria may have his second own goal of the night, depending if you saw the Thuram chances going in. As there is a substitution while VAR is taking a look. And we have had some questions about the beloved cheese sticks. It's breadcrumbs on the outside with a lovely mozzarella filling, which I've got to admit, it's tasty, Kyle. I don't know if you have them in the McDonald's near you, but I'd get some if I were you, as Dominic Heinz comes on. Perfection. Goal! Goal given! No! He's going to the monitor. Don't matter. He's going to the monitor. God's sake. I got excited. But he's going to the monitor. I think we're talking about a possible foul in the build-up. Liner gets the ball, but his foot then comes down onto a Freiburg player. So there's a foul in the build-up. No goal. Foul in the build-up. So I don't think it was the offside. There was a foul in the build-up where Liner won the ball, but as his foot was coming down, it stood on the base of the foot of a Freiburg player, and it's no goal. It is 2-1. It remains at this point. But yes, Kyle, they are delicious for the cheese sticks question. As Will has put, the game is shaping up to be what Freiburg love the most, a draw. For my sake, I hope you're wrong, Will. I'll be honest with you. I love you as a manager. I think you're a great manager. You love a draw. But let's not get Freiburg have a point in this one. Let's see them take an L. Just for today. As Kieran KD does put, Will Peake loves art attack. He loves a draw. That's my level of joke as well. As the cheese sticks have been consumed, so we should get more clean content now. I have still got some chips, so you don't know. There's a ball over the top by Stefan Liner and Neuhaus, and it was a really dangerous back pass by Gulde, which Florian Muller had to head then out of danger because it was really dangerous. He went to volley it back to his keeper and almost chipped him. As Holler goes down in the middle of the pitch. And it will be a foul to Freiburg with 20 minutes to go. As Liner slips, means there's space on the left-hand side for Gunter. Gunter chips it into the box. It's cleared by Zakaria. Not a great pass from the captain. to be honest with you. As Ginter now tries to drive on the right side, it's a really good tackle. This has got a really good bite to it, this game. As it getting a bit sloppy over there, but it's chipped over the top. And Zakaria, with brilliant strength, keeps it in play. This is a really good pace about this second half. And it's one of them where there's been no stoppages in play apart from that head injury, which has been really joy to watch, really. I'm losing my words here, lads, I'll be honest with you. I should probably clean that up. Basically what I'm saying is, it's a good pace to this second half. And I'm just going to stop there, because then if I waffle too much, I can't mess my words up. As Ginter has it on the right-hand side. Goes for the through ball, but it's dispossessed immediately. Now it's Holler, who's had probably the greatest opportunities besides the goals for Freiburg. And they've had to go backwards, which is credit to Gladbach. And now with 19 minutes to go, they've already looked to the bench for one change with Dominic Heinz coming on for Freiburg. It'll be interesting to see whether they look to the bench anymore. Either team, really. Both teams making one change in this game. As Will puts, he does love a draw indeed. Mr. Maker was a superior show, though. Really? To Art Attack? No. You've got to be wrong, man. Do you remember that rumour that the guy who was head of Art Attack was Banksy? Weird time, wasn't it? I think he had to deny it, but that's what Banksy would do, wouldn't it? Conspiracy, lads. As there's a ball in behind that Gunter will chase. It's drilled across the box nicely. There's no one there, to be honest, to gamble on it. It wasn't a bad effort by the captain to drill that ball across the box. But unfortunately, no one was really there to capitalise as Zakaria comes sliding in and wins the ball brilliant. And as I say, this is end-to-end football, to be honest, as Neuhaus is cynically dragged down. And the ref, I don't think, is going to go to his pocket because the free kick is taken quickly. It'll be interesting to see if he comes back to it, but he hasn't so far. And I think that's going to be offside by Stindl. And he is offside, and the Freiburg will get the game back underway with 15 minutes to go in this one. I think the next goal in this game, if it's for Gladbach, it probably kills it. And it's a very cliched saying, but the next goal in this game is crucial. Because it could set up, and if it comes quickly, could set up a grandstand finish in this game between Gladbach and Freiburg, which has been a decent watch, to be honest with you. Started a little bit slow, a bit of a lull in the middle of the first half, but since then, especially in this second half, the pace has really quickened. And it's again Holler on the left-hand side, driving through midfield. Possible pullback, but there will be a pullback, and it will be a free kick to Freiburg for that little kind of tug back. I think it was from Kramer. As there will be a change for Gladbach. The manager is looking to his bench, and it'll be Breel, Donald and Bolo. Won't be surprised if it's Thuram. It's not Thuram, it's Player. I was going to say, Thuram looked like he picked up a minor injury, but he looks to have been able to run it off. Oh no, no one's been subbed yet. It's coming after this free kick. As Gunter and Schmid again over the set piece, as they have been all night. Gunter whips it in. The ball's free, and it's going anywhere, and eventually it's given for handball. I was going to say, there was just an absolute melee in the box, and everyone kind of paused to see what would happen, and nothing eventually happened. As I think it's been given as handball. It has. Handball by Manuel Gould. As both teams are making changes. First change will be goal scorer Salai off for Freiburg, being replaced by Burkhardt. If you want to know, he's the one at the bottom there. Burkhardt for the right mid, Roland Salai. And for the home team, the change will be Marcus Thuram, the left winger on this team sheet, but moved up front. He will be replaced by Breel, Donald and Bolo, which I'm not surprised because it looked like he was nursing a little bit of an injury. I remember us saying during a counter-attack he pulled up on the centre circle, so maybe that has something to do with it for the reason for that change. But it's not to be denied the Frenchman's impact on this second half, turning this game around Bit of fortune about the first goal. Went for the volley and it came off Santa Maria's chest. But the second goal, through ball by Christoph Kramer, round Florian Muller. And what a difference maker that Marcus Thuram can be. Which arguably in the last couple of weeks we haven't seen. We've been waiting for the Marcus Masterclass, which Tubbs isn't even here for. He proclaimed the Marcus Masterclass, and he's not here to witness it. But I'm sure he'll be back, and I'll tell him, Marcus did us proud with today's victory. If it stays this way, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but with 15 minutes to go, they are in the driving seat, Gladbach. Which was not the case 25 in-game minutes ago. As the game's really jittery, which is annoying because the BT app's been doing that a lot. As Mbolo is brought down in the centre of the park. And Santa Maria, who's not had his greatest night tonight. I'm a big fan of Baptiste Santa Maria, but he's not had his greatest night tonight. Almost had an own goal, which I think may have killed the game. But there's still plenty of life, I think, in both sides after. But as I said earlier, if there is to be another goal in this game, it'll be crucial. As really nice dummy by Mbolo to Plea. And Plea then makes another lovely run. Goes for the cross. It's deflected. Volleyed by Stindl. I think he only volleyed it behind the goal though. And it looks like as he came down, he stood on. I can't see who that is from here. It might be Heinz, a substitute. Yeah, as he's gone to volley it, a bit like Liner earlier, his foot, as it's come to be planted, has planted itself on the base of the opposition foot, which, you know, it's one of them, you can't really stop yourself sometimes. It's not a cynical tackle, it's not, you know, with any intent or malicious nature. It just happens. But it was a goal kick anyway, so I don't think the referee decided it would be a foul. As we tick down towards 10 minutes left in what would be a massive result for the Falls if they are to stick this one out. But I think there's more opportunities in this game for both sides. As Kramer looks to go long to Liner, his run, the ball can't quite reach his run, and it's upended a little bit short. And again, Freiburg trying to be really quick when they go forward, which that was the key to how successful they were in the first half, was that really quick passing. And then in the second half, it's been the key to really Gladbach's success. So that's when both teams have looked at their brightest in this game. As Vent goes for a long clearance, kind of just hits the head of Mbolo, but it only goes as far as Holler. Kramer, another cynical tackle, and it's got to be a yellow for the central midfielder, and it will be. Kramer goes in the book for a cynical tackle. He does exactly what I think Santa Maria did earlier, just dragged back Holler as he was trying to break away just to stop the counter-attack. It's an experienced move from an experienced central midfielder. They take the free kick short though. Schmid gets the chip in and it's cleared by Zakaria. Kind of a wasted routine there from Freiburg, but they will keep the ball in play deep in their own territory. As Chris has put, if we draw, we still in it, but big missed opportunity. Yeah, I don't think you want to draw if it is like you said, you've been dominating the game. It's one of them where it'll feel like 2 points dropped rather than a point gained. Whereas maybe for Arsenal, it might feel like a point gained. As it looks like Gladbach are preparing another substitution. It looks like we will have Valentin Lazaro see the field. I think it might be a member of the front three to be taken off with Stindl or Plea maybe going. I'd be surprised if it's a defender because I prefer thinking a wing-back role, but maybe it will be. Maybe they'll replace Liner as Zakaria covers well. And I tell you what, as the centre of a back three for what has been most of this second half, Zakaria has not put a foot wrong. As Alassane Plea skips past the tackle in the midfield, and it looks like a 4-on-4. He's got Stindl ahead of him, and he is shoved off the ball. quite impressively, but they've won the ball back up high, and it's Plier again, who's picked himself up off the floor, and another good clearance this time, and they've won the ball back again. It's relentless from Gladbach at this point, as there's a sliding tackle there, and it's another yellow card. That one was a little bit dangerous from Gunter, I'll admit. As he goes for the sliding tackle, takes down Matthias Ginter. And I'm just looking at it again. Yeah, he comes diving in. Extremely late, to be honest with you. Not a red card by any means, but extremely late. And it will be Oscar Wendt, so we'll see a change again for Gladbach. The swan song for Oscar Wendt began tonight, and he put in a decent... Got the run around in the opening couple of minutes by Salai. But as the game has progressed, he's had a little bit less to do, the Swedish fullback. As he came in, obviously no Ben Sabini tonight either for this Gladbach team. As there's a free kick on the edge of the box, Stindl stands over it. Wendt took the first one, so maybe this is Stindl's opportunity. As Andre Boss puts hello. Hiya Andre Boss, I hope you're alright, my friend. And I hope you're having a good night as well, and a happy Easter, because that's tomorrow. As Chris puts, I'm greedy, I want to win all games. You're not a football fan if you don't want your team to win all games. Come on now. We say we take a point, but, you know, most of the time it's just sarcasm, especially from me. As Andre Boss puts 2-1. It is 2-1, mate. It is. Hopefully they can make it 3-1. As Stindl takes a... I think it was like a planned routine, but it was just a crap routine. It was one of them where Stindl passed it to Kramer, who laid the ball off for Stindl. And if it works, it goes. If it works and it goes in, it's brilliant. If it doesn't, egg on your face. And I think they've well and truly been left with egg on the face, which is ironic because Easter Sunday is tomorrow. As Andre Boss puts 2-1, and then the streamers. Yes, let's get the celebrations going. As Gladbach come forward, if they make it 3, we might need to get the streamers. And Stindl's pass doesn't quite reach Mbolo there, and they're just trying to win the ball back really quickly, and that's exactly what they've done. The moment they lose the ball, Gladbach, they're trying to win it back high up the field, and that's what they've done the majority of this second half. But Freiburg have managed to now get a little bit of safe possession in their own half as Holler's out on the left. Lovely through ball into the midfield, and this again is exactly where Freiburg are most dangerous, with the quick passes in and around the final third, as Liner's harassing Holler. Holler skips past him, and it's a good clearance by, I think, Ginter, who went out to help him in the end, and both of them double team to get the ball clear as Mbolo tries to go forward and he won't. But as I say, in terms of the intent from both sides, there's been no sitting back tonight at any point. It's been kind of 100% from both teams for a good 60 minutes of the 83. And I think it'll end much the same, as Holler has about 4 men around him, and Liner with a beautiful crunching tackle. Go on, sod. And Stindl goes over the top, trying to find Mbolo. It's not an accurate enough ball, and Freiburg will head it back to Florian Muller. And with 5 minutes to go, I just can't see this game not having an opportunity left, as it's literally just end to end. The moment one team dispossesses the other, first thought is to go forward, and within 3 or 4 passes beyond the edge of the opposition box. It's been really nice to see that from both teams tonight, as Lazaro intercepts, but unfortunately his interception is a little bit heavy, and it goes out for a throw-in. As it's frozen. Oh, thank God it stops. I was going to say, we've had some real big problems with BT tonight, but hopefully, with only 5 minutes to go, we don't get any more of these problems. As there seems to be some subs getting ready for Freiburg, as they look long again, and Ginter can only head it for, I think, Nils Peterson is getting readied. There is 3 men getting ready. I'm trying to see the numbers of the others to try and bring you that. But Nils Peterson, the striker, looks like he'll be taking the field with 5 minutes to play as Christoph Kremer gets the ball clear. But again, they seem a little bit caged in at the moment, Gladbach, as their clearances are only finding the halfway line, where, to be honest, there's not really an attacking player situated at the moment. And it's just Freiburg's chance to come forward again, with trickling down now maybe to just 4 minutes to go. Holler's on the left again. had some big opportunities in this game. What he'd do to kind of make amends for their missed opportunities in the first half and get his team an equaliser. But Liner wins it back, and Stindl now tries to pass it to Mbolo, but again, dispossessed by Freiburg. And in terms of, they've got to be more protective of the ball in those situations, and Stindl has won the ball back. And they're playing some nice 1-2s. Now they're trying to slow the game down. And Mbolo with a lovely 1-2. Plea with some nice footwork as well. And yeah, Gladbach trying to take the sting out of it, because for the last 5 minutes it has been completely full throttle football from both teams. So Gladbach just trying to have some possession to take the sting out of the game. As Sommer goes long, Mbolo misses the first header, and that just invites Freiburg to come forward as they go for a lovely switch of play, which Liner will reach. And that's why he's a better right back than Ridley Baku. Don't tell KD I said it. He's not watching. Don't tell him. Unless he pops up and tells me he's watching, and then I'll be very surprised. As Freiburg have it in the middle of the park. They're looking to create something, but no clear-cut, gilt-edged opportunity as of yet. As the substitutions are ready, there's just not been a time where the ball's going out of play for them to be introduced. As the ball is whipped to the right-hand side to Schmid. And it's really, really kind of slow build-up from Freiburg at this moment. But if they can quickly switch it and put one or two passes together, or a couple of 1-2s in quick succession, I think they can find themselves in and around the area of Gladbach. But for now, they're just running out of options. No players are finding any pockets of space. Every time one of the attacking players gets it, they have to flick it. But they found a way through now. And it's Schmid on the overlap. He's got boys in the box. And it's over the top of Holler's head. And it's a poor ball in. Falls to Gunter. It's hit from the edge of the box into the hands of Jan Sommer. The moment they found some space with a quick 1-2 was when they had their best opportunity of this second half. As we have a few cramp victims in this game. As Daspuch chance the ref waves it away. Say again? You're going to have to update me there, Daz. I'm not sure what you're talking about. And what you think has put 2-3. What I think is you're wrong, sir. That's what I think. Or madam, of course. But yeah, what I think is you're wrong. Or I hope you are. Because at the moment, it is 2-1 to Gladbach. But these changes have been introduced by Freiburg. Nils Peterson is one of the changes. I'm just trying to see who else. Haberer is on. Nils Peterson is on. Demirovic has been replaced by Peterson. Keitel has been replaced by Haberer. And that seems to be the two changes. As for Gladbach, it appears that the two men getting strips and ready is Lars Stindl being replaced, and the man who's ready to come on from last glance was Patrick Herrmann, who it is. He will get a couple minute cameo in this one as we trick down to added time in this match as Sommer kicked the ball out of play. That's the only immediate change for Gladbach. As by the way, nice to see you what you think as well. Always good to have you in the stream, pal. I hope you're having a good day. As if this game continues to be seen out, like I hope it will be, I'll be having a brilliant day. As yeah, just confirmation of the change. Herrmann on, Stindl off. As we're just about to get revealed the amount of added time. I can't see the board. 5 minutes added on in this game as Zakaria, who I think has been a crucial part to the team's success in this second half, sweeping up as that central centre-back. He has been immense in my opinion. And I've got to admit, the mascot of Gladbach has been going wild in that stand by himself tonight. The strength he has in his right hand, he's been waving the flag for God knows. He's like Kanan. He's waving flags unbelievably in the second half. And now I talk about him, he's stopped waving his flag. But effort from the mascot today, absolutely fantastic, as Gunter has been recognised as the fastest player on the pitch tonight. Congratulations, as Turam and Bayer sneaking into third place there. As the through ball attempted there by, I think it was Haberer, has gone out for a throw-in. And now there's only 4 minutes to go. As Dinges Macarais put, I love Gladbach. I bloody love Gladbach too, lad. Come on, defallen indeed. Nice to see you, Dinges. It's a big, big result if they can get it tonight for Gladbach. I love to see you in the stream, Dinges, and I love the passion that we love Gladbach. And it's been hard over the last couple of weeks because of the poor form, but a win against Schalke, and if we can see out this victory, but a terrible back pass. I thought it was a terrible back pass. Luckily, there was a foul on Lazaro by Nils Peterson, so that'll be a free kick to Gladbach. But good to see you, Ninjas. I hope you're alright. As he wants Thuram to marry him. Sorry, Thuram's taken by me, pal, after today's performance. No, I'll take Elvedi. You can have Thuram. He can marry you if you want him to. He was brilliant this second half. Especially, when the first goal, as I will say, fortuitous definitely, but the second goal, pure quality as he took it around the goalkeeper. Florian Muller's mistake, but you've got to be in the position to capitalise, and Thuram today has been absolutely instrumental. As he's also put, as Dinges, I feel bad for Schalke. Yeah, it's a shame to see what's going on there. Apart from last week, or 2 weeks ago where we beat them, I didn't feel bad for them then. But I do agree, it's bad what's going on there. But hopefully they can come back a little bit stronger. A drop down to Bundesliga 2. Rebuild what was once there. And then come back. As a long ball should trickle into the hands of Jan Sommer. And it does. As Will puts fair play Gladbach GG. It's not over yet, Will. But hopefully Gladbach can see out the victory. As it is a really big team going down. A few big names going down. I mean, Cologne, they were a big name that went down a couple of years ago. They came straight back up. I think this is a very different situation. All mine, but as I say, some big teams in the past have gone down. As a lovely switch is attempted to the left-hand side and player picks it up. Neuhaus then will find Lazaro. Back to the central midfielder, who rolls it nicely to player. And now they are controlling the game, Gladbach. Some really safe possession from the German side, who have had a brilliant turnaround in this second half. I've got to admit, first half they did not look at it. Second half they've come out the blocks and been absolutely fantastic. But Freiburg are attacking. It's an overlap by Schmid. Drills it into the box. Zakaria clears. It falls. Drilled across the box again. Deflected. Cleared again. It is well and truly panic stations at the back for Gladbach. Lazaro lofts it forward. It's another wave from Freiburg. Burkhardt. It's on the right hand side. It's chipped into the box. It's cleared again. And Embolo's going to try and reach it, but he can't. And it's basically every man forward for Freiburg, bar one, who is the man on the ball right now, who goes long. I think it's Heinz. Peterson wins the header. The header's flicked back. Liner will clear it only as far as another Freiburg player. And it's fell on the edge of the box. Rolled to the right where Schmid is waiting. Drilled. Oh, it's in! It's 2-2. Schlotterbeck. The centre half. They're going to check it for offside. But I was hoping I wouldn't have to go to the score changer again tonight. But it looks... No, Holler's offside. He's off. He's off. I'm not changing it yet. I'm not changing it. Holler's off. Schlotterbeck prodded the shot towards goal. It's a lovely finish from the centre half. I'll be completely honest with you. It's Schmid on the right who drills it back to Schlotterbeck. It takes a deflection as well off Tony Janske and goes into the back of the net. But I think they're going to check if Holler was offside in the build-up. Surely. Sommer has the ball in his hand. The ref's checking. He's offside! Come on! 2-1. Goals disallowed. Schlotterbeck thought he'd grabbed a point for Freiburg, but not anymore. Dinges, they've cancelled the goal. Come on. They've cancelled the goal. It's still 2-1 to Gladbach. Come on. No, Will, you don't love a draw. It's been cancelled out. Gladbach have looked like they've managed to survive an ultimate scare in the last minute. Embolo races down the right, puts it into the box. There's no one there. We're now in the 6th minute of 5 added on. Nowhere for Florian Muller to go but long. It's fell again. And I was going to say, I think Schlotterbeck went down, but it's nothing from the referee. I couldn't see if it was Schlotterbeck or actually Heberer. It might have been Heberer. Number 31, I'm not sure. And I think that's full time. And Gladbach survive an unbelievably close scare at the end by Lucas Holler, who missed a golden opportunity in the first half, being offside in the second, in the phase of play which the goal came from. But Gladbach managed to secure all 3 points and make it back-to-back wins from 2 Marcus Thuram goals and lift themselves well into European contention. Freiburg end the game with a 1.4 XG to a 0.8, but finish as 2-1 losers in this game. Gladbach up to 7th, 4 points behind Dortmund and Leverkusen. What an end to that game. They thought they'd got a point, but unfortunately, VAR says no. 2-1 to Gladbach. As Dinges was going insane in the chat, it got cancelled. You love to see it. He thought he'd lost €30. You get that €30 and take it back. Let's go, Gladbach. You love to see it. What an intense end to a really, really good game of football that I'm happy to see. As Dinges says, lovely stream. Thank you very much, pal. If you are new, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. What an end. But for Defoles, it is 2 wins on the bounce. If you are new to the Sports Corner, here is what is coming up in the coming weeks, which is as dramatic, I hope, as that game just there.
It's a busy week on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Monday night, your Bank Holiday Monday starts with the Premier League of Darts night number 1. I'll be live from 7:10 for all of that. And then we've also got multi-stream watch-alongs. For the first time on the channel, you'll be able to watch 2 events live free on the Sports Corner. Starting off on Tuesday with the Premier League of Darts night number 2. That will be from 7:10 with myself. And then also at the same time, there'll be another stream available. That's for the Champions League as Manchester City take on Dortmund and Real Madrid take on Liverpool. On Wednesday night, we'll have the Premier League of Darts night number 3 alongside the other Champions League games. That's Bayern Munich, PSG and Porto up against Chelsea. And then finally on Thursday night, Premier League of Darts night number 4. And then we'll also have the Europa League quarterfinals first leg goal show. That's this week on the Sports Corner.
Well, that is about it from me today as I go through some of the chat. As Dinges, I'm so happy you joined us for the final couple of minutes there as Gladbach came out on top. As people are telling me that Salah's scored, it's all going mad. More Salah, you dancer, and all that sort of stuff. But for us tonight, it's Marcus Thuram who has danced all over Freiburg. You love to see it. As Kyle puts, happy for you, Kieran. Thank you very much, brother. It got a little bit tense towards the end. I'm getting a bit hot under the collar, but we managed to sneak out with the 3 points. Congratulations on the win. Thank you very much. Cheers to KD, Rowan, and yourself for the 3 streams today. You've really enjoyed them. Thank you very much for joining us. Without you guys, all this stuff isn't as fun and it isn't as possible. So we like to thank you, and we hope to see you, of course, in this week's stream. We've got plenty of stuff coming up, as Josh has very politely said on that watch along. But overall, it has been an absolute pleasure to join you here today, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much, Dinges. Get that €30 and enjoy yourself for the Easter. Come on, Gladbach.